Hello, Voltron fans, and welcome back to another episode of the AFTERBUZZ TV Voltron After Show. We are looking at episodes 4 and 5, Fall of the Castle of Lions and Tears of the Balmera. And team, it's time to form Voltron.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I will never regret starting like that. This is... People laugh at me when I say I still listen to Hoobastank, but you guys, there's a reason I still listen to Hoobastank. Hoobastank is amazing.
Who's ragging on Hoobastank? Get out of here.
Here we go.
People with no childhoods, obviously.
Fisticuffs?
Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs at dawn.
I'll give them
That made me so happy.
Obviously, we all speak the same language.
Yes.
Welcome back. We are the Voltron After Show. As you may have noticed, we are short a lion. Emma has not left the team. She is on vacation. So, you know, tweet her, say hi to her. She's having a grand old time.
Yeah.
We miss her.
We miss her. She should be back next week, as will the rest of us.
Yay.
In the meantime, we have episodes 4 and 5, Fall of the Castle of Lions and Tears of the Balmera. And with me tonight are the wonderful Alexis Torres.
Oh, wow. Oh, I like that. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Wasn't ready for that. Hi, guys.
Introductions!
Yay! You can find me all over social media as Torres, 8, 9, and 0.
The glorious Megan Salinas.
Hey guys, I'm the Green Lion. You guys can tweet at me at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin. I don't know.
And I'm Black Lion Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter at Kiaxet. That's Kiaxet. I guess we're petting each other tonight? Question mark?
She just caressed my new green shirt.
It's so adorable. I love that you got this awesome green shirt.
And I love that you're sporting Sailor Moon.
What up? I mean, I support...
Blue Lion's got some style.
Well,
I will
come
eventually
on.
remember both parts of the introduction here. Obviously, I can only ever get one or the other.
Sorry.
That's not your fault. You remembered, I didn't. And yeah, you can find the hashtag at ABTVVoltron. We also have the live chat up, so put some fun stuff in there. You may well get a shout out. Like, I want to start with this because I laughed so hard this morning. Spencer Harris on Twitter keeps sending us all sorts of fun stuff, just images with captions. And my favorite is how we started this episode with essentially Erusian community theater recapping the fight between Voltron and Myzax, and he captioned it, "When you can't afford Hamilton tickets." And I just lost it. It was beautiful.
I had weird memories of Ham for Ham, but with those guys.
That would be the best ham for ham. Oh my god.
I would love it so much.
I grew up in a small town, so theater, you had to if you wanted to, we were a long way from the Pantages, so I went to quite a few community theater shows when I was in high school. So it brought back vivid memories of Ridgecrest Community Theater.
And then Voltron formed.
Voltron was victorious.
Yes.
No, I said Voltron. Oh, they are quick on their feet, though. Dang.
They're quick. They are they can definitely yes and, because it's like, okay,
Yes,
Voltron. Voltron is actually the winner of this.
Erusians are very enthusiastic.
Yes, they are.
And I love that about
And
them.
if the show didn't go well, they'd have to do the dance of apology again.
They would! Or the funeral pyre.
Yeah.
When the Fae won't accept your apology.
I will never get over that. Literally the best.
That was the funniest thing.
Spencer, please keep doing what you're doing, because
beautiful.
holy cow, you've struck gold 2 weeks in a row, and it's been glorious.
I love it so much.
Please and thank you. The other wonderful thing I want to talk about, still at the beginning, we have, the castle's open, we're having a party, they're shipping out tomorrow night, so it's our kind of last hurrah before we leave the planet. And we have, oh my god, Lance deciding that we need a team, Hunk deciding we need a team cheer, Lance trying it out, and Keith just...
Not understanding the concept.
It is the best example of how do I people, because the bottom line of Keith's character is how do I people, and he just doesn't get it.
I was just having terrible flashbacks of B trying to get
Getting the catchphrase going.
And I was just like,
roll to the rescue.
Oh,
wait,
that
that's
one's
taken.
It just made me so happy. I was just like, oh, you're trying.
And just
the instructions are in the chat.
Yeah, I didn't understand how he
I
didn't
say full, you say full.
Voltron. No. Let's try this
We'll
again.
work on that.
Tron, it's an 80s movie. You'll get it. You'll get it.
I just love that "we'll work on that" is just the nicer version of "oh honey, gold star,
No,
you
like, seriously,
tried."
oh, sweet baby. Oh, you're so cute.
Bless your heart.
And that's the thing, he wasn't being sarcastic or anything. Like, it was like this sincere, he didn't understand.
Oh, sweet baby honey pie.
Making an attempt. I don't know how this works. Like,
Voltron?
bless
I
you,
love
my
how you're just
child.
like, even said it slower, trying to see if it'll make Voltron.
Voltron.
It's just like, all right. I'm just gonna go now.
I feel like Keith is one of those characters where he's always so dang serious that occasionally you could just have a really good joke at his expense and it never seems cruel.
Nope.
Like we had like last week, oh, you guys are super cute. Thank you. Like, stuff like that where he's just completely thrown off guard because just random situations. And it's never a mean joke. It's always just like...
One of my favorite bits of fan art that I've seen from Voltron so far is Lance and Keith.
You have a favorite? It's hard to pick
No,
one.
I'm just talking about like in this context.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's Lance going, Keith, be frank with me. Do you hate me? And he's like, how can I be frank if I'm Keith?
I don't think I've seen that one. So, oh my God, I need it
if
in
you
my
see
life.
it again, I need to see this.
If you guys know what this is, please link it in the hashtag. Like, give me a source so I can presumably reblog it.
I think I
assuming
retweeted
Tumblr?
it a while back. I'll see if I can dig it up again.
Okay,
my God, that's
oh my
great.
God. Oh.
Who is Voltron's cabbage man? Because they're
My cabbages!
Yes.
oh man, I love
God
that.
bless. Yes, the avatar.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of Avatar comparisons in the chat right now. Also, hello guys.
And we have while we're
Hey,
talking
hey.
about Keith, have we noticed that Hunk is the only one that has actually made Keith laugh?
yeah.
Like, that has
it
happened
happened.
literally once, and it happens here.
Oh, my
Honest
eyes.
to God laughing. Like, bless you. We're drinking the world's worst alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Yeah,
is what that was.
It was the point where, like, I was like, I don't think I ever expected his face to make those expressions ever.
Yeah, and you can hear him laughing, and it's just like,
Who are you? You're not Keith. Get out.
Hunk is the glue that holds this small family together.
The very it's
Wait.
mostly just that sticky green
What?
goo.
What-
That sticky green nutrient goo.
Does anybody want to talk about what those appetizers were?
I'm gonna say,
You know, remember when we were?
They looked like candied apples.
Yeah,
in terms
I
of,
was
like, they
thinking
had
of
read
skin
them
in
as
it.
giant
those
marshmallows.
Flintstone push pop ice creams. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
they looked a lot
Have you
like
ever
that.
seen the giant s'mores marshmallow? Like, they make
Yeah,
s'more-sized marshmallows.
yeah.
They're like this big around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I read
But
them
like
as.
like they made like weird little colors and tie-dye colors
Yeah,
into them.
not to get away from the characters of Keith and Hunk, because I think we should talk a little bit about Lance here in the beginning. But I just
yeah,
I
Lance
just
needs
wanted
some
to
talking.
point out that one of my favorite bits just from these two episodes was Pidge doing the college student thing and just grabbing an entire plate.
Well, she was on her way
and
out,
dumping.
so.
I know, but it was like such a like I literally encouraged my friend to do that at one point. I was like, yeah, to go out and get Tupperware and then just fill it up, put it in her backpack, and walk away.
I did that at a fancy party. They had like mint chocolate cake pop. You remember this? They had cake pop. Yeah, you invited me. I was your plus one.
You're the instigator. That's what's happening.
No, she was not the instigator. I had one of those little teeny purses, like you can fit your phone and a Kleenex if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And we went, and I'm like, God, these cake pops are really good. I'm gonna wrap some up in napkins and take some home with me. And I did, and it worked.
See,
no one really pays attention to the little stick sticking out of your purse. No one looks at your purse. I have done the thing, you guys.
No,
I have no regrets.
My dad's mother, grandmother, is a wizard professional bringing a food into purse.
She's a professional
Yes.
wizard.
Yes, that's exactly. I cannot. I
She's a
can't use
grifter?
words. Sure. It's weird because every time we go to Vegas, she decides because buffets are a thing. I've noticed she brings one specific bag, and I was like, why does she bring this one bag every time? I realized she sewed those freezer bags into her purse so that when she's done, she literally just does this. Just zips it up and walks out. She took crab legs, dessert cakes, like a bunch of stuff, and I was like, why is she just dumping that into her purse? And then I realized that she was taking them for later.
Your grandmother is my role model. Oh my
It's an
God.
all-you-can-eat buffet. I don't have to eat it all now.
I just think thinking of Agent Carter with the sticking things in your purse. And,
Yeah.
she has a pocket that can hold gravy. Like,
No, like I think
yes!
she can actually sit there and put mashed potatoes and then pour gravy into her purse, and it will not get anywhere.
That's
Every time.
hilarious.
I'm 26 now, or turning 26 on Sunday, but literally the 20 years I've known her, had no idea that was happening until we went one time, and I was like, why do you have that in your bag? She's like, oh, you want to see? And she opens her bag, and it's just filled with food with Ziploc. I was like, I'm done. And she's like, oh, there's room for lipstick too. It's crazy. I don't know.
Chat as a whole seems to approve of your grandmother. I saw one that says she's the Mary Poppins of food stealing.
No, like for real, I don't,
God
like the
bless.
bag is huge. It's like a beach bag sometimes, and I'm like, what are you trying to do? She's like, I will fit everything.
Can your grandma make one of those for me?
Yeah, sure. You
gonna
kidding
say,
me? I was telling her to make an Etsy store.
Oh my god, I would do that.
You
Right?
couldn't take
Holy
me
cow.
anywhere if I had a bag like that.
Oh
in
my
terms of
God.
like restaurants.
Yeah, because it would just be like
it would be
plate
a-
dump.
On one hand, we
my
are
purse.
stunningly off topic. On the other hand, dude, I am down.
I will talk to her. We will make this happen. I love her.
So when we're done discussing our Korean barbecue strategies, now
That's her favorite thing to do. So yes.
Korean barbecue. So now that I've killed Alexis, we should probably continue on. And you're right, we need to talk a little bit about Lance because we're watching this team fall apart in slow motion.
Yeah.
Keith is Keith, Keith is Keith. Hunk also wants to go home. Pidge is straight up leaving because family is her priority. And Lance is homesick. And this is where I started actually liking him as a human being instead of going, and then there's this asshole.
Yeah, no, it's
Seriously.
true.
It had
It's true.
3 episodes of, and then there's this asshole, and then
Yeah.
this shows up, and he's like, I miss my mom's hugs. Where's Earth? It's so far away, I can't see it. And it's like,
has
oh
that-
my
Corin wasn't
God.
making it better. He's like, it's
All the way over.
yeah, and just
Dear
that-
God bless Reese
yeah.
Darby. That delivery was incredible.
I love him.
He was on fire these
So
2
good.
episodes.
like both
So good.
episodes.
Corinne was on fire.
so good. But yeah, it was a wonderful, like, it shows, it's a testament to how good this writing is.
Yeah.
That you can take a character who's so arrogant and in a lot of ways unlikable and humanize him in about, what,
35 seconds.
35
Yeah.
seconds? Just like at this place on the beach, you know, it has the best sunset.
It has
this-
Veradera Beach
my
with the
mom's-
pizza shack and
yeah.
the garlic knots and my mom's hugs.
And just-
I think the knuckles getting to me. I gotta go. And the subtitles say sniffling and crying as he walks away. And it's like, oh God.
and yeah.
Why do I care about you now?
And it's just one of those things because
I know you have. You're the blue lion for a reason.
and you forget that they're kids. And this is a teenager who is now light years away from home, who just misses his mom and
It's
his
crazy
family.
because we have 2 different types of homesick. Because we have Hunk, who's just like, I just want to go home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to. I didn't
have
sign
a
up for
family?
this.
Is that a thing we
Yeah.
can do?
Yeah, can I go
Can we go
home?
to our families? That sounds great. Let's do that. That
And
sounds like a
then
plan.
you had someone who was just bringing up memories and really just kind of took their hand and dug it into their heartstrings and pulled at it. Like it was interesting, and I
Yeah.
loved that.
And I feel like it's one of those things, like, this happens very suddenly. Mm-hmm. You'll be sitting there, it's like, I'm fine. And then you'll think of that one thing,
not
and it's
fine.
like, oh.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like, and I'm
There it
done
is.
for
Yeah.
the evening.
I think we've all
bid
done
you
that
all
at
adieu.
least once. I think
good
we've
day.
all done that at least once.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and it was just one. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I did not care about Lance, and then all of a sudden I cared about him a whole awful lot.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh,
since
really good.
it made more sense because we did get to see that giant family picture.
Yeah.
when they
Yes.
were trying to connect. So that I think that was just little sprinkles of like, okay, clearly Lance is a family man. We just didn't see it clearly. And then as it progressed, and then this one was just bopped you on the nose.
Well, and
Yeah.
you're wondering about, is the bravado actually him, or is this just, I'm keeping up a front? Obviously,
Oh.
I'm awesome.
I think it's a giant front, and and that's why I relate to the Blue Lion is because I'm one of those people that's like, look at me, everything's fine. On the inside, I'm just internally crying and screaming sometimes.
And I love
I miss the garlic nuts.
no, all the time, carbs, all the time.
I love the theory someone posited to me is that he developed that kind of as a result of everyone telling him, you made fighter pilot because the good person in your class dropped out.
Yeah.
Like, you're only here because the best person left and you can't live up to that.
Yeah, and I also would,
Defense mechanisms.
I also would
pain.
would think that being in a big family, that the attention's not really on you all the time. So I feel like you
Unless
have
you're
to,
the oldest or the youngest.
which I feel like he's probably somewhere in the middle.
Oh,
yeah.
So
get
I,
forgotten a lot unless you make a lot of noise.
and
Yeah.
that's exactly how Lance's personality is. So that's where I got that from.
So we started caring a lot about Lance, and then he spent the next 40 minutes of screen time comatose.
Oh, it made me so sad.
35.
Spencer, once again, mentioned Lance as one of the many MVPs
Oh, yeah.
in this particular episode. Like, that just becoming conscious just long enough to shoot somebody.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Like a bamf. It was great.
Oh, it was so good.
Yes, it was just like, congratulations, you were more useful than Shiro in this fight. This particular part of the fight.
At that point of the fight, yes. I have to talk about if we can shift into Shiro at this point of the fact of that.
We can always shift into Shiro.
right?
Hey! Half the fandom would like to do that.
Right?
And half the
I've
fandom
seen
would
him.
like to see other people do it.
Well, I mean, I've seen the drawings. It's great and terrible at the same time.
You don't have to dig very far.
No, not even. They're right on the right on the cusp.
There's anything wrong with that, you guys.
You had them. I was like, oh, we're gonna look at naughty fan art and not share with anybody. No.
Well, here's what's crazy. The shipping
Green
in this,
line over here.
the ships in this fandom. Most fandoms I see are like people are at each other's throats over who should be together, and the Voltron fandom's just like,
Everyone.
everyone. You ship that, that's cool. I love this, and
Yes.
I love this, and I love that, and I can see this happening, but just
It's
not that
it's
one.
literally
okay?
just love is love all around for all lions.
Love is
Love is lions.
Lions.
And I'm totally
Who
fine
in the
with
chat thinks I'm hating on Shiro? What's wrong with you people?
I think that
I'm the
there's a
black
lag.
line for a reason.
There's a lag. They probably didn't get to that part yet.
Because you said he was useless in this episode. And guys, just because a character is incapacitated, it doesn't mean we dislike them. We love Shiro.
Oh
yeah.
my god,
Like a
we
lot.
friggin'
Also,
love
we're not going to
Shiro.
show you the fan art. You can find it
You
on
can
the
go
internet.
find it, you guys. Come on.
It's
But
everywhere.
just this last fight, he's handcuffed and he just gets up and runs at Sendak like, I'm helping, honey.
I was like, no, just sit there. Just wait.
Just like, what
Wait
did
for
you
backup.
think you were going to accomplish?
And yeah,
distraction.
And that's another thing too. He also, with the exception of Lance, he took the most damage this episode.
poor thing.
Because like once they captured him, they're like, oh, okay, you're leveraged now. So yeah, you person who's running around in here, maybe if you won't talk to us, maybe you'll talk to your captain.
And it was so crazy
Torture
how
him over the phone, no
yeah,
big
like,
deal.
it was such a trope. I was like, wow, we are doing this. Oh no, don't give him anything.
And you know, Shiro's sitting there going, I'm sure this is not the first time this has happened to me.
No, he was in the same exact position when we first saw him in the show, where he was just like, I'm restrained, I'm sitting here, I don't know
I meant
what's
getting
happening.
tortured by the Galra.
That too.
Sendak drops a little bit of like a little sprinkle of backstory. I see you've spent time with the druids.
And I was like, whoa.
Too bad you don't have the latest model. And then he has like fucking Gumby arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, no.
Okay,
no.
Dulcim, sit down.
I know, I was like, there's none of this Mega Man crap, get out of here. It's not even right.
It's straight up stretchy limbs.
That's
Dulcim. It's beautiful.
It's not right, but I
I
did.
loved Pidge cutting through it.
That was so cool.
That was incredible. That's also a gaping flaw in the design of that arm. Let me tell you.
Jeez.
I'm just gonna slinky it out here, and I did not think that through.
I mean, think about it. Anytime a slinky gets too far, it ends up getting all jumbled and terrible.
That's why you have one long arm and one short arm. So that if they get through the defenses of the long arm, you have your other hand there to push them away.
You have the long arm of the law and the short arm of self-defense.
Hey, stop it!
Damn it! You cut that out.
I loved Sendak's character design. He was stunningly competent right up until the I'm gonna stretch my arm out till forever bit.
Like we all know that doesn't end well. Come on now.
And
Shiro fighting him to a standstill during that first fight was just like, I am impressed with literally everyone right now. This is beautiful.
And also the
Oh my
animation
God.
was super cool because we got some slow-mo that wasn't jarring. It was just like, oh, this is happening in slow-mo. Oh, crap's about to get real.
And I like that they made him extremely competent and scary.
Yep.
And even his right-hand man, Haxus, is really scary because it could have been so easy for them to make the Galra come off as bumbling idiots after their ship was exploded. But you keep your bad guys competent and, in this case, really successful.
Yeah.
Like, it keeps the stakes really high.
Of course.
And, you know, we just went from their first big victory and team building episodes to all of a sudden, oh my God, everything is on fire.
Like,
What just
literally
happened?
on fire.
Like, this is the closest the Galra have gotten to getting Voltron
Oh, yeah.
in a long time, and they won't get this close again till the season finale.
Which is crazy because literally just one slip up because the team was literally falling apart, that they were able to get control of the castle and the lion. Well, they didn't control the lions, but they had the lions.
Well,
in their
even
grasp.
it wasn't even because the team was falling apart. It was just because they let their guard down.
Oh, yeah,
For
completely.
just a little bit.
And Shiro made the point of, I don't trust this. I'm going to go do a round and make sure. And then he got distracted by Pidge going, we need to talk.
Well, and it was Rover that allowed them to, like, breach their defenses.
Which, I mean,
feel
they didn't
like
even
you-
think about either, because I would have never thought of, they can use Rover to get what? That's crazy.
Well, and the way they were talking, it seemed like they had a plan anyway. And then they saw Rover and went, you know what? That's about 30% easier than what we have now. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they would have made it in anyway, using some other backup plan. It was just extra, my heartstrings for them to use Rover.
I mean, again, for a set of soldiers whose motto is victory or death,
Yes.
they would have found a way in.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
We have Andrew Fedge asking who designs the castle with no secondary emergency exits for the lions.
Well, I mean, the castle has been having some major issues, I think, since they woke up. So I feel like...
I mean, it has been dormant for 10,000 years.
But I mean,
don't
just
think
the design where you have one entrance and exit for these, and if the power goes down, you're hosed. Even automatic doors, you can push them open.
Well, and I leave my car parked in one spot for a week, and I come back, and it doesn't work. So,
think about it, guys. Like, you have to drive your car around as soon as you come back from vacation. That's how it works.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up because I hate it because I do that with my car
I
all
have
the time.
definitely come back from trips or from vacations and been like, okay, I'm off to work now. How? No.
What?
Aw.
Somebody jump me.
I've definitely needed that. Like, how did this even... Oh, God, has that light been on for 14 days?
Oh, I hate that I forget that sometimes. I'm like, I'm looking for something, and then I forget that light, and then that's it. I
Like,
can't
for
get
me,
home.
it's not even that I leave a
Luckily
light on.
enough,
It's just it
sitting
just
there.
dies. Yeah.
Welcome to California where it's hot and it overpowers your engine. Just sitting and parking.
Yeah, so, yeah, if you leave something off for 10,000 years, it might have a few bugs.
Especially since technology has changed in 10,000 years. Come on, guys.
And talking about just how freaking smart our villains are, they also went for divide and conquer using the destroyed drones they had. They just set them up as a distraction in the Erusian village and then set the thing on fire. The Erusians aren't going to know the difference. From a glance, you don't know anything at a
I
difference.
had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
And so that was a really good divide and conquer. Like, they didn't have to use any of their forces. They set up garbage, and it worked.
Yeah.
They literally set up car.
They literally
There was a
set up
dumpster fire
garbage.
happening,
Their
guys.
plan was a dumpster fire,
fire,
and it went off
worked.
without a hitch.
I want that on a shirt. They made a dumpster fire, a literal dumpster fire, and it worked. Dear God, I want that so bad. I'm just get Voltron.
I'm gonna the second I get my hands on another image editing program because I lost fireworks. I will make that.
The Galra Empire.
just a literal dumpster fire.
Like, no, their plan was a dumpster fire, and it worked. Like,
Have that on the back.
I would
And
wear
it
that as
worked.
a straight up shirt, like even without context. That's really funny.
Yeah, because people are just gonna be like, wait, what? And I'm like, I have a story to tell you. See, there's this thing.
Like a flaming dumpster should be the logo for the Galra Empire.
I would love that so much.
This dumpster fire has been burning for 10,000 years. Well, yeah, there's like an underground coal mine somewhere that has been on fire for
Everything
that
about
long.
the Galra Empire becomes
Literally
a
doesn't
million times better when you refer to it as a garbage fire.
Yes, Zarkon, the head of the world's largest dumpster fire. You get to see him throwing things on the flames. Yes, burn, burn.
Some men do just want to watch the world burn.
I feel like every single joke that we've laughed at so hard has been about fires. We've had the sacrificial fire, and now we have this. Guys, just Voltron. We're like, let's just set everything on fire. People will have a riot.
Everything's fine.
Everything. Yeah, that's exactly what
They made a new Everything's Fine comic.
Did they?
In which the dog realizes that everything is not fine.
Aww.
What? I need to look that up.
It's
Not
great.
now, but I'm gonna look it up later.
It exists. Take a look at it. Yes. So we should actually talk about things.
Oh my god, dumpster fire.
And dividing and conquering. And I was impressed with Allura being able to talk Pidge through all of this stuff, because I'm tech support, and it is very, very hard to talk someone through something complicated that you cannot
turning
see.
the castle on and off
Yeah,
again.
no, that's what I was gonna say. And then someone in the, I don't know who said it. Oh, Beast Wars fan was like, the castle needs Windows 10.
No, no, it doesn't.
Wait. Oh no, I missed
Windows
it.
10 is not compatible with everything.
Wait. What did it
I
say?
know, right?
Oh yeah, it said he said the castle needs Windows 10, and I was like, no.
The particle barrier does not have the right drivers to work on Windows 10 yet. You really don't want to do that upgrade unless you're sure. It was a Windows 10 crystal.
Oh,
Dang
You'll
it.
never be able to print anything.
No, it was a Vista crystal.
Oh! Stupid
And
stuff.
you know, if they're a dumpster fire, they're probably still working on Millennium Edition.
I miss
No
the
wonder it
God.
crashed the castle.
I miss
like,
the
completely.
Windows XP crystal. Like, Windows
See,
XP crystals
see.
work just fine.
The XP
God.
crystal is great, but no, they
Is
brought
that
in
what
the
we got from the Balmera?
No, they brought in the Millennium. No, that was the 7 crystal. 7 works.
7, okay.
No, they brought in the Millennium Edition crystal and hooked it up to the castle, and that's why everything turned purple and then crashed.
Oh, jeez.
Tech
God.
jokes and all the
I
Apple,
know. I love how we've just been like, I know, and then Max just like,
all the Apple people in the
F you is what
audience
that-
are laughing. Like, yeah, no. Max get viruses too, you
oh, yeah,
guys.
it's the
But it's
worst.
really great that we had this, again, Allura walking through Pidge through everything, because earlier in the episode, and actually a lot prior to this, they haven't had the best of interactions, because she's no princess of ours. What is she the princess of?
okay.
And then the
Okay.
best worst line tonight. Well, we both lost our fathers to the Galra. Yeah, but I'm getting mine back. I mean, dang, girl.
Guys.
Again, Green Lion, I love Pidge, but dang, girl.
Seriously, like, girl. Like, girl.
And this is
Stop.
like 45 seconds after she just
She
crit
used the
failed
same
her.
thing.
She crit failed her small talk roll. I like peanut butter, and I like peanut butter cookies. I hate peanuts.
And Allura's
It's just like,
trying
stop,
so
please stop.
hard to get Pidge
Also, I
to
sweat a lot.
confide in her. She's like, if there's anything you wanna tell me,
Like,
we have a lot in common.
I mean,
By the way, I'm leaving.
I love
Wait,
how, like,
what?
wait, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You're girls. You're so stupid. I don't know. Like,
We're
Pidge-
gonna have something to talk about next episode when it comes to that.
Yes,
but yeah.
no, I understand this is probably the most, I think the most frustrating with Pidge has been these 3 episodes mostly, is just because of the fact that she has a one-track mind just for right now. And
Exactly.
it sucks.
But this is the most overt character development that we get from just about anyone over the course of these 3 episodes.
Because we get
and it's
background.
the most backstory
Oh
we
my
have on
God.
literally any character. And on one hand, it's like, one of the girls has the most backstory. That's great. It's for a girl. And on the other hand, it's like, this is the most backstory we have on any given character.
It's
a whole 2 minutes.
it's also the cruelest.
And it's stuff that we mostly already knew.
It's
Yeah.
also one of the cruelest things to happen on the show. Because, I mean, I know that the princess, fires lasers at them to, get them to, work as a team or whatever. But it is downright cruel, whether you mean to or not.
selfish in
to
every way.
basically, rub somebody's, the fact that somebody has a dead father in their face. Because for her,
Twice.
it was 10,000 years ago. Yeah, sure. But for her, it was probably 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
No, she has no, it's so recent.
She has to process, they have to process being away from home and being away from Earth and having to come to terms with being the heroes of the galaxy or universe or whatever. She has literally lived through the loss of her planet and the death of her family, and
now there's new
all
people
of
living on
her
their planet.
friends.
It's everything. She's lost everything except for these guys.
her
And she
planet
and
is now
Shiro-
a raging garbage fire.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, she and Shiro, no time to process anything that happened to them.
And they're the ones that have been just kind of we need to think of our futures now. We need to do that. But then we have our other 4 who are just like, well, we left home. So can we go now?
You
And
just
I'm like,
grab their shoulders and go, suck it up.
like, there's a
Yeah.
lot. I want to do that with Pidge.
Like,
I want
and
to shake her.
It's a very identifiable thing for everybody to want to go back to their
course.
families. But, you know, and something, you know, we sort of touch on a little bit with Keith, too, is like, you know, Shiro and the princess have lost pretty much everything.
And I understand from where Allie's saying that she's 14, she's probably the youngest out of everybody.
She
she's
is.
going through
She's
going through
confirmed
some
the
stuff.
youngest.
Yeah.
Again, we've said this the last 2 episodes and even the pilot. We understand that she is going through something terrible, but don't be a brat about it. Where you
don't
don't take people,
rub it in other people's faces.
like, hey, you see this? This thing about your dead dad. I'm just gonna keep rubbing your face in it. And I hope that's cool.
What I
'Cause
did love about this is that they're not all immediately adults. Like, again, we get the
True.
anime teenager thing. I keep coming back to the Naruto example.
No, but it's true.
11-year-old ninjas, and none of them are really, oh, well, we're 11, and this is kind of horrifying to us. They're just like, no, we're going to continue on doing, like...
Yeah,
They
no, I completely
act
agree with you.
like they're teenagers. And even Shiro, who's been confirmed to be like 25, 24,
Yeah.
25-ish,
Yeah.
like, honey, you're still young. And so we get the moments of him being a dork, and we get the moments of him screwing
God,
around,
so
and we get the
adorable.
moments of him screwing up. And it's like, yeah, you're in your mid-20s. This is pretty accurate.
And that's why I've always liked like Legend of Korra and the last Airbender and the show is because they've always been able to depict their younger characters as they are young. Like this is something that they're going through, and that's why I can't get completely mad at Pidge because a 14-year-old, a boy can break up with you and it is absolutely the end of the world and you cannot live anymore. Like that is a thing. But at the same time, they also just don't understand that like you're an adult kind of, I don't know, and you're just ordering me around and I don't like you.
Well, and if you think
sucks.
about it, like, if she's in the denial part of the grieving stage, like, no, this couldn't have happened. She has the ability to go in, to hack the mainframe, to hack the network of what is essentially part of the government.
Which is so crazy.
I would assume that the Galaxy Garrison is a branch of government, or at least
completely.
NASA equivalent, something like that. She's able to not only physically get inside the facility, but get past their actual network security and look at their feeds. So not only, she's still in denial, and then she has that denial confirmed. Like, there's no evidence of wrongdoing. There's no evidence of a crash. The feeds don't show anything to confirm the story that's been shown.
Yep.
And so that's not a stage you're ever going to move past in the grieving process because you lied to me.
And it's-
what
and it's-
else have you lied to
Exactly,
me
and
about?
completely unanswered questions, giant mystery. There's just a question mark for
she
her life.
can't answer to. She can't trust any authority figure
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
And it also it paints the Garrison in a way scarier light. Like all of a sudden it becomes weird YA, like young adult dystopian thing where like the place you're training at
Like
is
Maze
hiding
Runner
secrets,
kinda stuff,
that
yeah.
sort of thing. Where it's like because like they clearly, I mean, the head of the Garrison where they're teaching all these young cadets has access to those top secret feeds and files.
So
and
weird to me.
information and everything like that. Like that's super shady.
Like, but that is government. Like,
True.
that is not really surprising to me. And it's like, oh, well, one of the most promising young pilots to come out of the Garrison and 2 very bright scientists who were on an exploratory mission going further than anyone's ever done. Yeah, they seem to have been abducted by hostile aliens that we've never seen before. Way to send everyone into a panic. So
Yeah.
if you don't have to disseminate that information, you're not going to.
And I don't think
so
they would have.
I understand
either way.
why they'd keep that a secret and try to prepare for something like that.
Of course.
But it still sucks.
No,
to
it's just
Pidge.
one of those
Yeah.
things where
And
if
her
we were,
mom.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Mama
woman.
Holt has lost everyone at this point.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
Which how did she spin that to her mom? Bye, mom. I'm going to be a cadet.
She might have done the, I'm going to this different school, I'm doing this, I'm doing,
Going to summer camp.
Well, she falsified her record somewhere.
Yeah,
Not
there
like
has-
she couldn't, that's Kate.
I mean, she might have just run away from home then. Like
Then-
she might have left her note to mom saying, "I'm sorry, I've got to find the truth."
she
and
left
that's
her note to
all.
mom.
Her mom and
a note.
Yeah.
But like that's also like you didn't even think about how your mom's feeling. She lost her husband, her son, and now you because you're like, I have to find the truth.
I
I'm
have
like,
to find the truth.
I get that.
I have to pull our family apart to put it back together.
But I'm like, that's not how families work. You're making it worse. Your poor mother is probably at home with the dog crying. Go home and help her
And let's
out.
face it, she took after her dad.
Oh, yeah,
She
immediately.
absolutely took after her dad.
I really like what James had to say. The Garrison, people are dumb, easily frightened animals. The line from Men in Black is, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals.
Yeah.
You know it.
A person is smart. People are,
500 years ago, everybody knew.
Yeah.
And
I love that so much.
But yeah, it's just in my mind, if like we had stayed at the Garrison for a little bit longer, like as like the narrative, I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we went to space. But if we had stayed, like it would have been.
We went to space.
I'm just saying.
Me too.
I'm just
Wanna go to
saying
space?
that
Space.
if we had stayed at the Garrison, it would not have taken long for the narrative to be they're keeping secrets from
Well,
us.
no, because I mean,
yeah,
if
no.
you
They're
think
up
about
to
it,
no
if
good.
we go, I mean, not to spend more time talking about past episodes, but like in the pilot, they were like, "Oh, there's a thing crashing. Let's run over there before the kids get up and like make sure that we can cover this up as fast as we can." And I'm like,
Oh, hey,
"Dear
this
God."
guy's back from alien abduction and potentially
We're
the
going to-
dead. Let's sedate him and squirrel him away.
Yeah, pretty much. And so
Which
obviously,
is what would have happened if Keith hadn't been like, my only friend in the universe has returned. My Shiro sense is tingling.
Distraction.
Shiro Senpai, I'm coming for you.
The
I'm like,
Blue
"Stop it."
Lion had a premonition and told him, yes, Shiro will be arriving at this place and this time. You want to be there.
Please be ready. Please be prompt. I will not be waiting too long.
It's like when you get those Facebook invites from people like, this is going to happen. I don't have any details on this yet, but it's this place and this time. Like,
See you there.
And you get a reminder about an hour beforehand. It's
I'm like, that's
hey,
not enough
remember
time.
that thing I invited you to a week ago? It's happening in like
he's
an
getting
hour.
Facebook messages from the Blue Lion. They're all in wingdings.
Where are you at?
I would love
New
that so much.
Facebook, who dis?
Yeah, no, seriously. And he's just like, I know.
Like Keith has a Facebook.
I mean, he might try. Gotta keep
But
the ladies.
It was you brought it up. It was really cool to see, Pidge, with long hair.
Dude, that side ponytail though, like what? I want that back.
Right? That was super
I want it back.
80s.
It was
Just like,
cute.
over here. Over here.
Like no, it was like here and then up and then like way over, and I was like,
Well, that's just because
Wow.
her hair goes all over the place.
Yeah,
like,
it's
we had
it's
the actual
anime hair.
sticking out here and then a side ponytail.
yeah,
Like,
no, that was anime hair to a T.
how does that work?
I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't know how the physics and just static hairspray gel. I don't know, but it's
No one ever
magic.
knows
Maybe
how
she's
anime hair
born with
works.
it.
at this
Maybe
point.
she's Maybelline. I have no idea, but dear God, maybe it's Green Lion. I have no idea. I love her hair, but it was kind of nice to see them as a family together.
Yeah.
Getting to see how Pidge was, Katie, it was
Yeah.
as right. And just seeing her determination in her face, and then obviously feeling sad, like you
Yeah.
mentioned about her hair.
And also just the realization, because we see her introduction to Lance and Hunk, the realization that she from the get-go has never been there for her team.
Yeah.
Which is
Like
crazy.
Lance actually made an effort for like team building and like a sense of camaraderie, and she's like, I don't have time for this. I'll see you in there, whatever.
Yeah, there's a difference
Which was so
between
crazy to
I
me.
can't right now, I have to do something, and I don't have time for this.
No, like,
I
Pidge
don't
is
have
another
time
one.
for your shenanigans.
Pidge is another one who's not super great at peopling. She's
No,
better
yeah.
than Keith. But she's
Yeah.
not, that's a low
I am your
bar.
paladin. Like
I'm bonding with you.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just see that, it's one of those things where when someone is upset or angry, all they see is red. So she's just
Yeah.
like, I have blinders on. You're in my way. I need to get to where I need to go. But it was kind of interesting to see not to be, throwing genders out there, like a female character going, I don't want to be friends with nobody. Get out of my way. I have stuff to do.
Well, and again,
Women
just
are expected to be social.
yeah, you know what I mean.
I know
like,
we talked about this last time, but just the fact that Pidge is a girl, and even it being a plot point aside, this episode, these episodes, every single episode has passed the Bechdel test
every time.
and like they're two very different women. Obviously Allura is very feminine, but also very strong in a completely different way,
we'll get to
physically
that.
strong. Whereas Pidge is so like stubborn and angry and
little brat. I just want to just.
but also brilliant.
I love her.
But also,
No, I love her too.
Yeah.
I want to flick her in the nose.
Again, it's one of those things, but neither of them are presented as perfect. And a lot of shows and a lot of movies, in trying to write strong female characters, instead write infallible ones, or the ones that like have the same quote unquote problems.
Or they're strong until the guy shows up.
Yes.
Or they're like it's strong female character. Like no, we need to start going with human.
Yeah, just a
female
character. It's a strong character. Period.
Yeah, and both of these
happens to be
characters
female.
feel well-rounded and fleshed
Oh yeah,
out.
completely.
They're very different people,
also-
and it's fantastic.
Playful Pantheress. Try to do that correctly. Pidge cutting her hair. Cue Mulan music, because that's exactly how it felt like.
Well, that's a
Get down
thing
to
in anime, is having long hair and then cutting it to signify a change. You can see that in all sorts of
Oh,
stuff.
so many things. Just unless you're Ranma, but
Yeah, so Ranma. So this is not an unknown trope.
no.
So I love that they did that there. And as someone who has long hair and had a stylist take off way more than I wanted because she
it's
was
the-
not thinking, it's
Again,
you get
it's
attached.
it's not to again throw gender around for at least for us. Like if you just a few inches, you look in the mirror every time and you're like, this is not what I wanted.
You feel like a different person.
yeah,
Like,
because you don't look the same. You have your hair, shapes your face. So if you do that wrong, that's it. Sorry.
Some people can't let go of their hair. I can't cut mine off fast enough.
yeah,
I'm like,
see,
it's getting
completely,
too long, guys.
completely different. Yeah,
yeah, I didn't want it short, and she just
yeah. Ha!
You monster!
Yeah, how dare you?
that was not a fun anything. But yeah, no. So for that to happen, like obviously we're getting rid of some things for the sake of the goal. Everything is secondary to the goal.
Yep. Unless you're Samson. Yeah, that's a little bit different.
That's a
Well,
different.
and also,
That's a whole other
Pidge
different
killed
story.
a man. She killed that hacker guy.
She
No.
straight up killed
okay,
Alexis. Like
yeah.
her everything with this, sneaking around the castle, beating the drones up, putting them in the invisible maze,
Well, and-
using the hologram technology to have them shoot one of the beams and have it backfire on
move
them.
I've ever seen in my life when she was like, I'm gonna use this hologram, and then the barrier's like, hey, you touched me. Gah.
Well,
All of it, grabbing Axis's ankle and knocking him over backwards. Like,
Nuts.
oh, Rover, baby.
Well,
No!
Oh,
My heart just exploded.
R.I.P. Rover. Moment of
No,
silence
I've
for
literally
Rover.
put hashtag Rover's the real MVP. 'Cause he saved Pidge like a lot during that whole thing. I like that we were
the
able to
first
see
team sacrifice.
Yeah. I was really happy to see that Rover was so involved, like bumping into her when the firing was happening, and then holding her up in the weird.
The ventilation shaft.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ventilation shaft
Yeah,
fighting.
I was like, what's
and
happening?
I'm so happy about
And
that.
again,
Am I
it's
watching Dark
one
Matter?
of those things like you're watching like pictures of a little like triangle thing.
So cute.
And
Like
yeah,
a
like
destiny ghost that's trying to save you.
That wizard, that paladin
Inside,
came
he's
from
Peter
the moon.
Dinklage.
Yeah, no, it's a Dinklebot. That's what's happening right now.
Nolan North right now, right?
Yes,
Or-
Nolan
okay.
North.
Nolan
Nolan
North
North
now?
right now. Yeah, because Dinklage couldn't finish the rest of the filming because of.
It's almost like he's busy.
I know what's that TV show that doesn't really matter. Yeah,
Playing chairs. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's a whole other half of this episode that we really need to talk about, and that is Hunk and Karan and the Balmera.
Oh.
So the
Oh,
crystal
so
in the
cute.
castle is screwed up. It's dead. It's dead. They bombed it. Lance nearly died because of it. The crystal is gone. And it's like taking out the generator. There is no power. They don't keep a backup crystal.
Nope.
For reasons I don't understand. I also want to know.
10,000 years?
I don't know, but just in something that big, you keep a backup.
I guess Allura's dad was kind of like, nothing's gonna happen. We'll be fine.
I'm desperate.
We have the lions.
See,
we'll be okay.
Nobody ever thinks about batteries until you're out of power.
Right?
Yeah, I always keep like double A's and triple A's at my desk at work because nobody ever thinks about it until things stop working.
No, actually today at work we have the
Wireless mice.
Yeah, people's were just all the batteries were dying, and I was like,
We keep reusable batteries in our.
For
like,
those of
this-
you
that is what
listening
we
on
do.
iTunes,
Oh, yeah, I
go
was
to
mimicking.
YouTube
I forgot
to
about that.
see the gestures.
I was
that
mimicking how to,
Alexis-
as I was being a boss, as I opened a drawer, took out old batteries, put in new batteries, and then continued my work.
through the power
Well,
of
it's even
radio.
like-
Use your imaginations.
Well, it's even like we have a battery backup surge protector.
Of course.
And things like that. You always think about having a secondary power source, especially when you have one thing powering the whole castle, and that one thing is small enough that you could probably have another couple of them just in the back pocket somewhere.
I don't know. I guess when your entire castle is powered by sciencey space magic.
Yeah, I was like,
Sciencey space magic. I guess it's a little bit.
I mean, maybe it's just us because we have to deal with earthquakes and fires here in California. We're like, you have to be prepared for anything.
For all of the things.
Like anything. I mean, yeah, sure, we might not get tornadoes and hurricanes, but people will prepare for them for sure.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's just. And then what also caught me was the Windows ME crystal. Where the hell did they get that?
I don't know. I didn't even think about that until now, but yeah, holy crap.
I know, right? They're
I was
just
like,
it's fine. It's not damaged. It's perfectly usable. We're just gonna
How?
What?
Can you
What
go back?
was that on the other half of the airplane that crashed on the
Rewind.
other part of the island? Like, was
Rewind.
that there?
Rewind. I don't understand.
Lost jokes. It's a well I just keep coming back to. It's so easy. So, yeah, evidently crystals come from Balmera, which are very large petrified animals that are still alive.
that are like planet size.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so cute.
And have aliens living on/in them, which is pretty great. I love the design for the Balmerans, that we had very obvious male and female aliens without giving them boobs. Thank you.
Yeah, and they all had earrings at one point, and you're like, yeah, you just don't know until you talk to one of them, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, and just
And
again,
you
they're
could
very,
tell from design,
Of course.
but it wasn't like, hey.
Hey, I'm
But
a
also,
female. Look at me.
they're very endearing. Like Hunk talking to Shay about Voltron. She's like, that's a fairy tale. You know, that's a children's story.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, you guys came from the sky. Like,
Shay asking Hunk what the sky looked like.
Well, yeah. It just.
out there.
I was just listening to that album too. It's like I can show you the world, like, and I was like, yes, take her to your spaceship and show her the sky.
I can show you the galaxy,
Yeah, I know.
shining, shimmering, splendor.
It's just-
It
Milky
was
Way.
so cute. And then her brother Rax just being like,
Oh.
this is how it is. This is how it's always been.
that's-
If we keep our heads down, they won't kill us.
But I love that because there are people like that for every situation.
Oh, yeah, there are.
Yeah. And again, and that's what I love about at least this team of artists and writers and whatever, is that they really take real life stuff and then just shove it into this fantasy world of
and
awesome.
dang
to be
great.
fair, there is a lot to be said for his strategy.
Of course.
Because the fact of the matter is that the Galra, for all their raging dumpster fire,
took over the friggin'
they
universe.
took over the gosh darn galaxy, and they've been doing so for 10,000 years.
I mean, I still can't get over the fact of looking at the map and everything that was in red was what they took over, which was practically everything.
yeah.
That's why Zarkon introduces himself as ruler of the known universe.
Yep.
My dumpster fire is this big. The world is my dumpster.
But yeah, so like, why, like, taking out the fact that they've never even seen the sun, or that they've
so
never
cool.
ventured off
Generations
planet
of
before.
Balmerans have been living in the mines and they've been enslaved.
Enslaved
A
in the
whole
mines.
planet full of people enslaved.
That's so crazy.
And yeah, so it like, why would you even think that anybody had any chance of being able to change anything? Anybody who I'm sure that these guys have grown up seeing people stand up to guards and seeing
jeez.
those same people get killed.
or never
Yeah.
seen again. Yeah.
Yeah, at that point you're just so beaten down, and then you're connected with the planet you're living on, and it's in horrible pain because
it's
this
dying,
used
which-
to be a symbiotic relationship. You'd come, they'd give you the crystal, and then it would be like, I love you, and you gave blood, here's your cookie, here's your orange juice, thank you.
Yeah.
Now take a rest for a little bit, thanks a lot.
And we'll see you in a bit.
And the other one was just, they're vampires.
No, that's exactly what they are.
If we're sticking with this metaphor, they're just vampires. They're just sucking the blood and leaving it to die.
They take and they take.
Take and just, ugh. But
They take and they take.
yeah, and I don't know. It's just very interesting, one, because the fact I wanted to learn more about the Balmera.
Yes.
And I know in these two, I mean, we're not done with them just yet, but I love that it's not exactly an actual shipping relationship for some, yes, but
It's a real good friendship.
it's a really good friendship, and I like that he even, like, not to, like, speed up into the end where he was like, I will come back for you, I promise.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time he's failed at something big like
Yeah.
this. Voltron has always succeeded before, and this is like, no, we have to cut and run for the bigger picture and leave these people who sacrificed this for us here.
And again, to go back to, what his sort of shtick is, I suppose.
Yeah.
He is supposed to represent kindness.
Yeah.
It is not kind to leave someone behind, no matter what the situation
Exactly.
But sometimes it's necessary.
Exactly.
And sadly, it was necessary.
I mean, come on. I mean, Karan has, like, practically no spine. Well, I mean, he seems fine now, but he didn't have a spine at one point because he was like,
I think I'm broken. I love writing. I'm right here. The two men in a trench coat, and it worked. Oh my God.
that was so fantastic.
And what
man
got
and a
me
giant
for this
gun.
Yeah.
is we get another smack in the face about how much things change in 10,000 years, because he's talking about, oh, they're these giant creatures. I'll never forget the first time I saw one. The sparkling surface is beautiful. You're
And it
in
looks
for a
like
treat. Oh my God,
God.
it's dumpster fire.
More dumpster fires.
Why is everything on fire?
It's everything on fire. It's a mining colony, and they've destroyed it.
It looks
like
terrible.
it's a living creature, and they've just stuck all sorts of holes in it.
Poor
The
thing.
world's worst acupuncturists.
Oh my God, that's just like the worst nightmare. Oh, no.
It's like using a power drill for acupuncture.
What are you doing to me? Why?
Ooh, wow.
That's what they're doing.
Oh my
You
God,
know what
that's
the real
worst.
big bit?
No, like, oh God,
Stop.
I'm sorry,
Stop
iTunes
this
listeners, you're just
metaphor.
having nightmares now. That's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna sleep.
You're welcome.
But I would like to see what the Balmera looked like before.
Past Balmera.
Yeah.
Before everything, I would love to see flashback episodes before everything went to hell for, everyone.
No, like seriously,
Everyone.
like Frollo Hellfire. Like I can't right now. I need it to stop.
So we wind up with a happy ending of sorts. We get the crystal back. We manage to trap Sendak after removing his arm, which I still think was one of my favorite things that Pidge did.
That was so crazy.
Pidge did many glorious things these episodes, but just like, you don't need that arm.
Yeah, we'll just
I'm
get
gonna
and-
disarm you.
And again, he's still
very
alive.
handy.
Like, Sendak is still alive. It's like, well,
yeah.
that's an interesting thing, because I saw him in the pilot, and I'm like, this guy, he's gonna be, like, dead.
We thought he died in the
Yeah.
pilot. That's like, he's still here. What?
He's still here, and at
just
the
surviving.
end of this castle siege, he's still alive. I'm like, this guy may actually be important.
Whereas
I'm
Haxus
super
just
excited.
went in the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
He's a dead man.
No, he's
Basically,
dead,
the
Jim.
castle
He's dead.
exhaust port, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. No.
Something
Yeah. No.
like
That thing.
that.
No, he's gone. There's no coming back from that. And if it is, holy cripes! Like that's ridiculous.
It's just zombie Haxus crawling up from the drain.
I mean, that would be really cool.
It's like the Twilight Zone episode with the spiders.
Everyone's noticing that you're slowly killing me on this panel every episode. This is
Well,
every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, guys, this is what we do. Do we have any final thoughts on these episodes? Any moments we wanted to discuss? Any? Because we're hitting the point where we need to start wrapping up.
Just
Yes, of
that
course.
this was an excellent two-parter.
So good.
Really great character building stuff all the way around, even to the small things with Keith and Lance being like, we make a pretty good team, and like that putting a smile on Keith's face. So it's like, and we didn't even touch on it, but Keith like going off the handle on Pidge for like, how can you sacrifice?
But I mean,
We all have families. Everyone has a family. How can you put two people's lives above the entire universe?
like,
Yeah.
that's huge. I mean, like I know that Pidge doesn't think of big picture, but you can't get a bigger picture than that.
Exactly.
I was just kind of laughing because he's like, we all have a family. And I'm like, no, you don't. Honey,
Honey,
you're an orphan.
Some of us do.
Like, he's talking about everybody.
My family is the universe.
Shiro is his family, most likely.
Also
Yeah.
The only
universe.
family is. But yeah,
Anyway.
so much good stuff. A really great action. A really good suspense.
Really
like,
good comedy,
in terms
too.
of like the Mission Impossible style, like infiltrate. The cast.
great.
It was really great.
Great. It was a really good game of purple cat and mouse.
Pretty much. Exactly that.
So much fun. So, yeah, we will be back next week with episodes 5 and 6. We're going to talk to you real fast about iTunes. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed and left a rating and left reviews. We love you guys. We have new reviews. Like, that is a thing. You guys are wonderful.
Indeed.
Let's read those.
Okay,
real quick.
We've got from Robbie was here, 5 stars. They're bonding with you. I heard about this after show while listening to the Steven Universe podcast. That crazy Aries schedule, am I right?
Yes.
And this is a great podcast because it's just a bunch of friends geeking out over the stuff they love.
Pretty much.
What more could you want? I can't wait to hear their thoughts on what's in store for Space Dad and his cubs, and all form the head.
Space Dad and his cubs.
And then we also have from C. Deloleo, 88,
fancy.
Lion O. Love the show. Geeking out moments are the best, and the show is awesome.
Oh,
You guys are wonderful human beings.
Thank you so much.
Seriously, thank you so much for that. You guys, seriously, thank you. Thank you. And, if you leave a review, we read it on the show because you're wonderful human beings. And when you leave reviews, you let our producers know that, hey, we really like this show. We'd like you to keep this show around so that, when season 2 inevitably comes out later this year, we can come back. So, yeah, head to iTunes, find us there, AfterBuzz TV Voltron. Like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, leave a rating, all of that fun stuff. You're helping us out, and of course, we adore you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are heading out. Alexis, where can the people find you?
You can find me where all shenanigans will ensue at atorres890.
And I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheMenguin. That's TheMenguin. I am also on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz, and I write articles for The Movie Chick. That's Chick with 2 Ks. Be sure to check those out.
And I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and YouTube at Kiaxet. That's Kiaxet. I am also on Snapchat at Kia Prime. YouTube is pretty much vlogs or vlogs or however you say it, I don't know, and reaction videos. So if you have something you want me to talk about, let me know there. We are back for the Steven Universe After Show this Monday at 10 p.m. Pacific. We will be talking about this past week's episode, which is the end of Season 3 and the beginning of Season 4. Things occurred.
Oh my god.
And of course, we will be back next week to talk about more giant lions. Woo! Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
I say Vol, you say Tron.
Voltron?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.